chapter 18 of part 2 of Gypsy Rose's book. I'm going crazy. This is going to be the last one I do for today, and I probably will take another break because this is exhausting. It really is. You don't understand. But we're left off with her sexuality, and she said that she was kind of confused. She didn't know if she liked men or women, which is normal. I'll give her that. But she said that she would try to engage with women or try to do things with women. Gives us the quote, "Gay for stay." I forgot the rest. I don't really care.
I thought perhaps if I experimented with women, I would have a better chance of reaching climax. I think as a young girl, I was exposed to watching shows like Xena, Warrior Princess. Xena and Gabrielle were lesbians, and I watched it and didn't understand it. When I was around 16, I thought girls were pretty, and that confused me. So I thought, am I gay? There's a saying in prison, gay for the stay, straight from the gate. So when in Rome, I did kiss a couple of girls and became a pillow princess. 4 times. That's when you receive instead of give. Nothing ever happened down there, so I figured I was straight. I was trying to bloom and grow. Chillicothe was my greenhouse. Not exactly a natural habitat, but good enough to get the job done. In order to bloom, an old part of myself had to wither away. The guilt and the shame that defined me had to be reconciled. The trial and error in experimenting with my persona and testing my interests helped me chisel away the old insecure self that had been a Frankenstein of my mother's making. The more I learned about what I wanted and needed, the more confident I became in who I was, what I was capable of doing, and the potential I had to go further. The more I learned about self-worth and forgiveness of myself and others, the more I began to trust my judgment of people. Trust that I could tell the difference between friends and foes. Growing up friendless, I had no idea what to expect of a friend or how to be one, other than what I learned.
She said that the only real friends that she could make in prison was Amelia and Lori. She goes on about her addictions once again and says that she hit rock bottom. She messaged Christy and asked her for $50 and then lied to her and said that the reason why she was asking for the $50 was because she broke this girl's CD player. Girl, $50 is not rock bottom. Not for like an addict. Like, did the guards not read these letters or listen to these phone calls? Because she said that she had told Christy that about everything in her addiction and stuff, and then like Christy empathized with her and said it was okay and blah blah blah. Wouldn't she have gotten in trouble for this? Do they not read your letters? Do they not read your emails? Like, what's going on? She stated since she had finally got completely clean that everything was flourishing for her, that she could finally learn how to love and someone would love her. She said that she was finally able to rebuild her relationship completely with Christy and her dad, and that their emails was more frequent and the phone calls was more frequent. She goes in and tells us about how she would ask her dad questions about some of the interactions that they had and stories that she would hear from her mother, and her dad would give her alternate stories about what actually happened or how he viewed things to have happened. Mike had told Gypsy about all the money that her dad had sent, the gifts that he sent, the cards that he sent. How the fuck does Mike know this? And Gypsy, you had stated that you seen your dad once a year, and you were talking to him on the phone, and your dad didn't bring any of this up to you. Didn't you say that you would answer the door or answer the door when the CPS would come? And didn't you also say that you would get the packages that your mother would receive? And then she goes in and says that she received a laptop from her dad. Is that one of the laptops that you had that was smashed, the pieces? Because I'm hearing that you had multiple of them that were just ripped apart. And I did see those text messages or messages on Facebook from your mom to Christy, and your mom was telling Christy about how she had to smash that one computer because you were being so indecent and provocative online. Do you think that maybe Gypsy's mom had told Christy this because it was a laptop that they had sent for her? And if your mom didn't talk to your dad often, then how would he have known that that would be something that you'd be interested in having? His laptop, how would he know your interests? Then she recants and says that her mom told her that the laptop was from charity. Then she tells us that the laptop, one of the laptops that she had before, the one that her mother told her that she got from a charity, was actually from her dad. I guess that's where it came from. And now apparently Dee Dee had told Gypsy about how Christy was getting beat on and how her dad was abusive and just terrible and only wanted a son, and now that he had a son, he didn't have any need for Gypsy anymore. But what about his daughters? There was messages between Christy and your mother that would say different. Thank God we are done with this chapter. Yeah, that's basically where it ends. It's just them complaining about Dee Dee some more.